Fraser, how's the week been leading into, I suppose, this weekend's game?
Yeah, it's been really productive. Post obviously the Force game on the weekend, we had plenty to work on, and we came together and, like I said, really delivered on what we wanted to this week, and had some really key focuses that we've worked really hard at. We've had a few sessions this week. It's been hot, and we're grateful that we're back at home, and really excited to go.
There are aspects of last weekend which need to be, I suppose, monitored, or, for the choice of better words, improved against the Crusaders?
Yeah, I think it's funny when you look at, I guess, games of rugby that don't go your way. When you look at it, what really goes wrong, it's just your fundamentals, your basics, and that's what we've really focused on this week, and something we've probably gone away from previously this year compared to probably the last few years. So for us to go back to what really works for us, and just to hone it back down to the key fundamentals, it's been really exciting for us, because we know, like, as footballers, you don't really need to think too mumuch about here and there. It's just what can you do better, and when you do that, it's all about the basics, mate.
What's the key against the Crusaders?
Well, they got a world-class team, a lot of really talented players. They're a great side. So for us, it's, I guess, a collision battle, winning that physicality. They're going to be coming really hard because they love that area as well. And for us, it's about just getting up for it. We go into a bye next week, so giving 110% effort into everything you can. Our focus was the whole week, so not just the game, but training, meetings, gym, whatever you can, and then leading into Saturday night.
Any particular players, besides the whole team themselves, but any particular players in the Crusaders you're looking forward to coming up against?
They've got a kind of world-class team. I think, Lester's at 13. He's pretty deadly, isn't he? So big carrier, big defender. I think he's going to be, and I guess David, the centre combinations versus our centre combination is going to be really exciting to see how they both go. They're both really classy in their own right, so really looking forward to that.
It's a rather precarious situation that yourself and the Crusaders, the reigning champions, equal fifth. You guys 6 on percentages. Is it a pretty important time of the year, and they'll take in the same approach? So what's going to eventuate is a pretty intensive game, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've been and done where they are currently so many times, so they understand Super Rugby, and that kind of middle period where it's about the attrition and staying dialed into what you really think is important, because come to the back end of the season, that's when everyone's going to start ramping up. So yeah, they know exactly how to play it out. They've done it before. They've got a lot of senior leaders in that team, and I think we have an idea of what's coming and what to expect as well. So like I said, it's got to focus on the present and the now, and the fundamentals to bring you back into what makes you as a team tick and you as an individual tick.
Fraser, Filippo Diagunu plays his 100th Super Rugby game. Tell us what it's been like with Filippo the last 2 seasons, a really dynamic impact player.
Yeah, Filippo is outstanding. Obviously played a lot of football with him before he left to the Rebels as well, and yeah, he's outstanding. He's dominant in everything he does, and he's quiet, and then his personality comes out. So yeah, really excited for him and his family, and yeah, really looking forward to how he goes.
The back three, you've got guys like Sevu Reece, Tim Ryan, Filippo. The Crusaders are a really well-balanced side. Pretty exciting for the fans to see that sort of back three battle.
How exciting is that? I think it's going to be a great spectacle for the fans coming over here, looking at the the previous Super Rugby champions against sort of our team, and where we can test ourselves, and position to position, testing ourselves. I think it's going to be exciting.
Some members of the 2011 championship team who beat the Crusaders at that very ground will be in the stands on Saturday night. I'm talking about guys like Digby Ioane, Saia Faingaa, Anthony Faingaa, Scott Higginbotham. Do you have any memories of 2011, or what would that have meant to Queensland Rugby, that milestone?
I do have sort of memories. I was there in the final, in the stands. I was 12, so I don't really remember too much about the game, but you can, looking back on flashbacks and obviously all the highlight reels that come out, like looking at Digby's try and Willie's try right on, around that 67th, 8th minute, which was obviously a key turning point to making them win that game. And yeah, it was. I just remember sort of the I guess, the crowd and everyone in Queensland talking about the Queensland Reds and how positive it was around the rugby here in Queensland, and how everyone was so happy, to support the Reds. And I think that's something we always try to resonate with and try to get back to is making our fans happy to support us and working really hard to get back to that place, because I know as a young fan watching that game and supporting the Reds, I loved going to every game. I thought it was such a big moment in my youth, going to Suncorp and going with my parents to watch the Reds. So hopefully we're returning that favour, for juniors and for mum and dads and for everyone out there.
Country round this weekend. We've got some country elements to the team. Matt Fessler from Toowoomba and others. A real chance for country people to get around the Reds as well, and the fact you play for the whole of Queensland.
Yeah, definitely. We're not, even though we're based in Brisbane, we're not the Brizzy Reds. We're Queensland. We're from everywhere in the state, and I think that just shows kind of the depth of rugby union here in Queensland. You have people from all over, and a lot of success has come from all over. So yeah, really excited to hopefully see all the country people out and get around their sort of hometown heroes, I guess.
Yourself and Fez, would be fair enough to say, some of the best try sneaks in Super Rugby. You're itching to get across that line.
Yeah, love it. Love getting down at Suncorp and getting my little body over that white line. I know Fez loves it too, so I think I'm just getting him with the tries. I think I've got him by a few, so I'll hopefully keep getting that number a bit higher. But look, we just want to do our best and win, so I'm not too fussed about getting over that white line.
Because you're due, aren't you?
Mate, I am due, so get the good fortunes in my name, hey?